something there, and
Okay.
it was a donut shop.
Did they take it completely down?
They
Or
took it
just-
completely down.
Okay.
I think they took it completely down and then tried to sell the lot
Gotcha.
because nobody. I mean, it was an odd building.
Yeah.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a live.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
All right, now here we go.
Because nobody. I mean, it was an odd building.
Yeah.
So then
No, we went up there together, right?
we went up there together.
Yep.
We got hired. They were like,
Pretty much on the
Y'all-
spot.
because I remember Steve.
Yep.
I saw him a few days ago
Okay.
at a funeral visitation.
Ah.
I have to tell you what he told me, but he said this guy was just a jokester,
Yeah.
whatever. And he said, "Was this a package deal?" We're like, "Yeah, we live across the street from each other. Like, just take us both." And so they did, and we started. It opened the Wednesday after Labor Day in 1989.
Oh, my gosh.
And Wednesday at Wits, if you don't know, if you're not familiar, was it started out like dollar sandwich day, but it was $1.20 sandwich day. It's a lot more than that now, but they still run a special on Wednesdays for sandwiches.
It was like those hotcakes all over again at McDonald's.
It was $1.20 sandwich day. So here's what you got to picture. We get out of school. We jump the fence, I think.
Yeah.
and
We go behind your house, jump the fence.
And then we walk to Wits. And as we're walking up to Wits, there are cars in every parking spot lined up around the building out into the street blocking traffic because it's a brand new restaurant. I mean, there were other Wits, so people knew, but the closest one at the time was in Hermitage. And that was not actually owned by the same people at the time.
At that point in time. Okay.
But so there was a new restaurant in Donaldson, and so you got the new restaurant, you got the Wednesday special.
It was like the Whataburger of like
Right.
1988.
Right, you got the Wednesday after Labor Day. I mean, it was we got thrown into the fire on that day
We did learn very, very quickly.
very quickly.
Day one, I remember washing dishes with the owner.
Yep.
Getting the message of I don't want to. I just want you to know I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself.
And I have
It's like,
adopted that philosophy. When I'm coaching my team, I'm like, I'm not going to tell you to do something
Yeah.
I can't.
that piece of knowledge and that approach as the person who very easily could have just sat back and watched his investment make him money. That's absolutely stuck with me my whole working career.
And the fact that I spilled part of a pan of beans on his shoes. I don't know that it was the first day, but it was the first few days. And I thought, I just spilled beans on the owner's shoe.
yeah,
I am not going to last long at this job.
man, if you only knew.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That,
working
I
there.
will say that was a great job to have in
It
high
was.
school.
No uniforms,
No uniforms.
no name tags,
No name tags.
free food.
You got to eat free. The only caveat to that was no breaks.
No breaks. Did we really need a break?
No.
Okay, I was going to say.
Because and that's what they said. They said there's enough
there's no
downtime.
official breaks.
Right, not a 15-minute clock out, and they may. I know the laws are different now, but so they may have to do that stuff. But at the time, you didn't get a clock out break.
Yeah, you just kind of stepped to the side. There were times when, if there were enough people there and it was slow, I remember eating out in the lobby.
Yeah,
I mean, wasn't
or you
wasn't
go
a
back
huge
in the
big
back
deal.
and
yeah. I didn't have a problem with any of that. I thought it was all worth
yeah.
it, and
And I
really
remember
good.
some people saying like, "You don't get breaks there." I'm like,
Yeah, I don't need a break.
"Your breaks are for sissies," you know.
And I might miss somebody coming through the drive up, or
Oh yeah.
because it was a heavy drive up business.
Oh, it was
we
a heavy drive up.
we rarely had a full house on the inside, but we did have probably 10, 12
Yeah.
tables, maybe. It was relatively.
Yeah, probably 10-ish. Because most of the wits were walk up, drive up. So the fact that this one had an eat in was kind of new to the wits in this area. And that was a good job because they closed at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
They weren't open on Sunday. So we would get off work at 8 o'clock, run home, try to get the barbecue smell off of us before we headed out to Hendersonville.
Yeah, I mean it was a perfect high school.
Perfect
job.
high school job.
And they didn't, if you wanted time off, there was not a big pressure. I think it was adequately staffed.
Yeah.
But I think too, they had some cornerstone people, right?
Yeah.
They had Miss Thelma,
Miss Rose.
Ms. Rose, eventually my mom.
Yep.
So I mean, there was like this cornerstone of like, parent age people that were working there, and then obviously the owners kind of worked their way.
Owner
in and
had
out,
3
too.
daughters, and then so the daughters and their husbands would routinely come by and work a little, or kind of make their rounds.
They knew it was going to be busy.
Yeah.
And then
And it didn't open till 11, so like the earliest you had to be there was like 10:30.
Yeah. No, it was a really good gig. I mean, obviously, I stayed there throughout my senior year.
Yeah. I stayed through
In
my
the college,
sophomore
I
year of
did,
college.
I would say in the college, I made it through. I think I made it through my freshman.
I take that back. I think I made it through my freshman year. It was in between freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah.
That I.
End of freshman year, I stopped completely and started working closer to school. And same thing at that place. I mean, occasionally you didn't have you weren't in such a prime location as the McDonald's, so we didn't see a lot of our school peers.
Yeah, but you were not that far from it.
No. But it really wasn't a place where like a lot of our peers were coming. It was really kind of their parents.
Yeah.
You'd still see the whole country music crowd come through.
I remember I think we talked about this before. Lori Morgan came through the drive-through, and my brother was waiting on her. I know I've told this story before, but it's still a good one. Did not act like he knew who she was. Just she was a regular customer, just ordering something. And as he handed her order, she had a red shirt on or dress or something like that. He said, "There you go, ma'am. There's your whatever she ordered. And I see you found that something in red that you were looking for." And he said that she just kind of got this smirk like, "Oh, you know who I am." And
you're not freaking out about it.
And you're not like, "Oh my gosh, Lori Morgan."
But that's kind of like a Nashville thing, right? We don't freak out over people.
No, because back then we used to see them all the time.
Yeah, they're just people.
Now they hide because we've got so many people that have moved in that are...
Leave them alone.
Right.
I say that.
Let them be.
But my wife's an offender of that. She just gets so excited when she sees people. And she has this... She's only done it once, and we weren't even in Nashville. We were in Chattanooga, and we were a couple years older. But the hotel we were staying at is where there was a play going on in town, and it was starring Don Knotts and I Dream of Jeannie, whose name I can't remember at the moment. But the actress that played Jeannie.
Oh, okay. If you hadn't asked me. Barbara
something, yeah. So
Eden.
There
Barbara
we go.
Eden.
So
hadn't accessed that file in a while.
So like we're waiting to go up the elevator. Elevator comes down, opens up. There's Jeannie and Barney Fife. And dude, my wife lost it. She screamed. She was like, "Oh my God, it's Barney Fife." And then he went into character. He like did the whole like shaking and his eyes got big and everything. And like she just about fell down and it was just so over the top. And I'm just standing there going like, I just want to, I'm sorry, man. But for the most part, I feel like in Nashville, we don't get too roused up by seeing people.
Right.
We see 'em.
Especially if you've been here a while,
Yeah.
you just kind of go, hey, that's
If you're not related to one of them, you're probably worked for one or know somebody who works for somebody or something like that. But
or you have a family member that worked for one.
yeah, it's not it's kind of like the whole 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
We're all linked somehow.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Wits, man, and eventually,
I went back.
Well, you went back, but while like I'm talking like through high school, like eventually your brother joined,
My brother,
my sister,
your sister.
my other sister,
Yep.
my brother, who
Yep.
I didn't know that until like maybe 3 years ago.
That your brother worked there?
Yeah, so somehow Wits has become the official catering partner of the Warner Gober family. There literally every event we have Wits barbecue. It was a few years ago. It may have been my sister's wedding, and Wits catered it. So they came out, and we actually, as they started talking, and it wasn't the team that came out. And my sisters knew who it was. I didn't know who they were, but through talking, we started to figure out that like, oh, there's actually a lot of people at this event that have worked for Wits. We should get a picture. Dude, I kid you not.
Like, Kenny, what are you doing in the picture?
Yeah, he's like, he gets up, and I'm like, dude, you worked at Wits? And he's like, yeah, man. And I was like, how did I not know that? I had no idea. But like, yeah, so
That's funny.
we get up there, and there's a couple of other people that were friends of like my sisters and stuff. So it was after my time there, but there was an unusually large amount of people in this group shot of kind of like a Wits alumni.
Yeah.
And I feel like it may have made it to Steve. I'm not sure. I feel like somebody had said that they were going to try to get it to the family just to show like how like engulfed our family was in them. And it's just like,
Well, and we got
I mean-
several of our friends work there.
yeah, no, I mean, it was,
Because Chris and John worked there.
there was one point in time where it would just be you and me and like our buddies
running the show.
there, and that's it. And it's like, who in the right mind came up with this idea? But the thing is it worked. I mean,
Oh,
people
and-
were happy. I mean, we were fast.
We were fast.
but we were having so much fun.
Dude, it was
I
hilarious.
mean,
It was
and I'm
so
not gonna
much
say
fun.
we probably wasted a little bit of food. Maybe not food because we ate all that, but there
Yeah.
was definitely some lemonade that we wasted. Maybe some milk. From those stupid challenges.
That was not on us.
Who
That was
on?
one of our managers.
Okay, so that was sanctioned.
That was Jay.
Oh, it was. I remember that. All right.
The lemonade
So-
challenge.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I felt so terrible after that.
So
Terrible.
here's, you want to challenge, there's all these TikTok challenges or
Let's
whatever.
start a trend. Hey,
Let's-
here we go.
Here we
Start a
go.
trend.
This was from 1990. Okay? Spring of 1990.
And it's a pretty easy challenge when it comes to what you should do and what the rules are,
Right.
right?
The rule is you have to drink a half-gallon carton of regular lemonade in 5 minutes without throwing it back up. That's it.
Simple. Simple.
I attempted. Lemonade also burns coming back up. I'll just say.
Oh man.
If stuff
I-
makes you queasy, you may want to turn it down a little bit, but
Oh,
it looked exactly the same coming back up with just a little bit of stomach acid
it
in
was
it.
fresh, dude. It still
It hadn't been in there long.
Yeah, it's not. That is
Oh.
it is a difficult challenge to do that.
God,
And the
'cause
thing is if you do it and you don't throw up,
you feel awful.
you feel awful for even
Did you throw up?
longer. I didn't.
so
I
you
kept it.
You want it.
I felt terrible for hours, dude.
I felt
mean,
perfectly fine right after. I was like,
no,
I'll never do
I
that
was
again.
like-
Because, it came out my nose and stuff.
and you're over this big industrial trash can, and it's just all coming out.
I made it to the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom just like,
So it was somebody else. Somebody was just over the trash can, and it was coming out like every little hole they had in their face. But man, but yeah. So I think at least 4 or
That
5
was-
people attempted that.
that was sanctioned by our manager,
Um,
who we've mentioned before was from South Florida.
he was he was a different breed, man. He was super fun. But to this day, I still use the same fishing lure that he taught me to use
Oh, yeah?
in the late '80s. I still have like multiple of them.
Okay.
And they work everywhere.
All right.
I mean, so I owe him that. He is the reason that I probably fish the way I fish, where I find creeks and rivers. I like to walk them because that dude was not afraid.
That
of
dude was not afraid to
anything.
walk in any creek or river
No.
because he was from South Florida. He had to dodge alligators.
But he
And-
would go looking. So if you know Nashville, and again, we're going back 30 years, but
Longer than that.
he took me fishing one day in Mill Creek. And if you know Mill Creek around Nashville, it's probably not a place you want to spend a lot of time in.
No.
But he and I probably walked a mile and a half of this.
I remember
and when I
this
say
story.
walk it, we were in it.
Not waders.
No, just shorts and tennis shoes, dude. And he's, we'd come across an old rusty, steel drum, which should be your first sign of like, we're probably not in the best water, right? But he'd come to like an old rusty steel drum and he'd flip it he caught 2 snakes while we were fishing because he literally had no fear of anything in our waters in Middle Tennessee.
Because it wasn't an
'Cause
alligator.
there was nothing big enough to actually take him out. And he was like, it's fine. You just catch him right by the head and you'll be fine. And I remember he would capture these snakes and take them home, and then he would play with them.
And he had a boa.
I remember the
I remember
boa.
going over to his house and he had this huge boa. And then he came to work one day and his hand was swollen up and he had 2 marks. He was like, man, I was feeding my snake and I guess my hand smelled like rabbit and my snake just latched on. And like he was very dramatic telling stories and stuff like that. And I was like,
He was a good storyteller.
dude, you are
He was,
tripping.
He was a fun dude.
Yeah.
Fun dude.
So, and he's not that old. He's probably like 22, 23.
Oh yeah, recent college grad.
Yeah. And so we're, seniors or juniors in
17,
high school.
18, yeah.
And that was our staff. Recent college graduate who was a little unhinged, and all of us. But that place ran very efficiently.
I think it'd be interesting to see what was the revenue and profitability during those years, because I bet it was fantastic because we cranked food out of that place.
Well, I do know when they brought the other manager in,
Yeah.
that profitability went way up.
Our second manager,
See,
it went up. Why? Because we were doing more?
I think we were doing more, and I think
Wasting
there was
less?
less waste
Okay.
because you know how he was.
Well, yeah. I mean, great business guy. I mean, great.
I tell you, a lot of my work ethic comes from a handful of people, and he is one of them.
he's definitely one of them. I agree with that
Because-
100%. And I really enjoyed working with him. It was still equally fun.
Yeah,
Um,
but you knew when he would joke around with you, but you knew when he was serious,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
better not joke when he was serious
absolutely. Yeah,
because he would.
And he was a big dude compared to us at the time. I mean, he was a big college football player. So he was a big dude.
Yeah,
I mean, did he get bigger did he keep working out at that level?
I don't. I mean,
It's been a
I
while.
think he kept working out, but I don't think he got any bigger.
Yeah.
But
he was,
and I worked for him at his other place, as did my
barbecue was a party. Is
a part.
barbecue? Is
And my
a
brother
part
worked
of
there
it?
for a long time, and both of his sons have worked
Nice.
there. One son still works there.
Nice. My
Out-
daughter
out where
worked
they live.
at Wits for a little bit when she was here in town several years ago.
Okay.
So I mean, it's
just kind of
it's
what we
really
do.
like just a family thing,
Yep.
man. It's good. I do still like to smoke a good shoulder on my own every once in a while. Because we got that opportunity. We got to go to the commissary and actually do the whole
Cooking.
get there like 4 a.m.
Oh my
and
gosh, that was
pull meat off the coals and stuff like that. So it was cool to learn like the whole process of
Right.
all of that.
Well, then when I went back, I was the manager at the Hermitage store,
Right.
and I used to cook the turkeys for all of them, for like 4 stores.
Yeah.
So I'd had 80 turkeys on the pits back there, shoveling coals underneath them and raking the coals.
Dude,
and
that feels good though, doesn't it? To cook
it's,
that way.
it's
and-
work.
and-
I mean, it's work, but you feel this sense of accomplishment. Like I
Yeah.
took us from like raw bird.
You're for real cooking.
Yeah.
At that, it's not putting it in an oven. I mean,
no,
you're,
and it's an art.
yeah.
Cooking on a pit with coals is an art.
I think if you ask anybody who smokes meat, they would probably agree with that. Especially someone who's really into it, and you got the different woods and the flavors that go into it.
Right.
I appreciate that. I not that I don't appreciate like electric smokers and stuff to
Yeah.
make it much easier, but the people who just do it raw with just wood and chips and coals.
I can't tell you how many times we got the fire department called on us.
Really?
Well, because I'm filling that firebox up with hickory wood,
Yeah.
and then I had this torch, propane torch, to light it on fire. So I'm like, lighting this fire. So,
You freaking people
and
out,
then
man.
so out the chimney, flames are shooting out the chimney, and this is I'm getting there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So in the winter, it's dark till a little bit later. So flames are shooting out the chimney, and a couple times the fire department came, but then they started calling.
Mm.
They were like, "Hey, are you actually on fire?" Like, no, I'm cooking today.
No, we're just
And then I finally told them I'm cooking on these 2 days a week. So if you get a call that says we're on fire and it's not from me, just say okay.
just give me a call. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's just like when we went to the where they do all the pork, which is in Antioch. That's the way we found that.
Right, where's the smoke coming
yeah,
from?
we're driving around going, where is this place? Where
Because
is this
it's kind
commissary?
of in the back. It's very unassuming. It's
Yeah.
just this building.
And then someone had told us it's the only place that's smoking at 4 a.m.
Right.
And so like we pull up on like this little bitty just rise, I think, in a parking lot, and you look out and
We're
you're
like,
like, oh, sure
there it
enough,
is.
There it is. There's smoke coming out of that building. But yeah, that was a cool experience. And I know-
To this day, I just love the smell of hickory smoke, man. Just
oh yeah,
golly.
any good wood like that. I think
They say
smells
scent is the strongest sense tied to memory
good. Ooh.
because you remember smells, and
Hmm.
smells take you back to places more than sound, more than any of that
More
kind of
than
stuff.
anything.
They
Huh.
say smell is the strongest scent
Wow, that's cool.
tied to memory.
Well, man, we're coming up on time.
Yeah.
Um,
Where we at?
the
golly,
yeah, I
okay.
know, right? It's so crazy how stuff flies by like that.
Yep.
But I would that's how we started.
Yep.
Like, so high school, I know a lot of times now have gone on to make a career in HR and employment and hiring people, and I know I've seen a difference in the
type of-
generations.
yeah.
Whether people work when they're young, what type of work they do.
Yep.
There's definitely a lot of changes, as there were, with our generation. Our parents and our grandparents obviously did much different things than what we did. But I think fast food, working in food was a first start for a lot of us. And
Fast food and retail.
I think a lot of the things I learned there are things I carried.
We worked at
for
Van
mine.
Heusen.
Yeah, I did. And I think I'm still employed there. They never told me I was fired. They just
It doesn't exist anymore.
just
so-
quit
mean-
scheduling me, and it's like, come on, guys. I've had a couple of instances like that too, but and probably well deserved. I mean, there were a couple of jobs I didn't.
I think
really-
there's a few jobs I'm still on the books.
Yeah.
That, because they've said, hey, if you ever want to
yeah
come back.
didn't officially. Retail was not my jam. I honestly did not
No.
really care for that. You had to dress.
you
well,
had to be-
oddly enough, you had to dress very similar to how I have to dress for work now. So, I didn't
Yeah.
like it then. But yeah, I mean, I've had the pizza. I worked at a pizza place in college very briefly. A couple little things like that, but
I think the closest to pizza I did was the Domino's coupons.
yeah, I did Little Caesars, and not for very long. But also while you're working, free food. But that was 20-year-old Chris, and I may have taken advantage of that a little bit too much.
bit too much.
For for their profitability. So yeah, I think I may have lasted there longer because I was the only person other than the manager that was over 18, and I could work the
The late shift.
flour mixer. No, the
Oh,
mixer. You had to be
okay.
18 to work the big mixing
Huh.
bat.
My brother-in-law
vat.
worked at Little Caesars for a little bit.
It's it was okay. All right. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah. So if you made it this far in the video, thanks. If not, you missed some funny stuff. Lemonade challenge. But tell us about your first job. Like where was your first job? You know, what were some good things about it? Did you learn anything valuable that you've held on to? Because I could say that probably from most of the jobs that I've
Yeah.
worked, there have been bits and pieces where I'm like, yeah, this is something I'm going to take with me, or this is a
Oh,
core
yeah.
value for me, or this is the work ethic that I have. Because I tell you, I remember, Scene told me one time, I didn't do something right, and I was like, I didn't have time. He said, oh, so you didn't have time to do it right, but you got time to go back and do it again? And I went,
Brilliant. They don't write books like that.
right. And so I've kind
Yeah,
of
it makes-
adopted that for the most point.
Makes
For the most
sense.
part, I try to do stuff right the first time, so I don't have to go back and do it again.
And I think it showed me that, I mean, no matter what the job was, they all mattered.
Right.
You can make someone really happy because you were feeding them, or, in some cases, just spending a couple minutes chatting with them, I thought was always like just a really
Oh yeah.
cool thing.
We
to do.
always talk to people like in drive-through, like
Oh,
when
yeah.
stuff was being made. Like we talked to them.
Yeah.
But-
They'd walk around the dining room, and chat with people a little bit.
Yep.
So it was all good. Speaking of food,
This might still be considered food. We're getting very close to this story. I don't know that could be considered food anymore.
surprisingly,
We got a new shipment of those at school.
Did you?
Yep.
What do these sell for?
No, like they're for our lunches don't cost.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, there's a lot of colors going on there. All right. Book of Answers.
Yeah, we need.
You look like you've got a question.
I don't know that I have,
You don't?
but
Okay. What impact do first jobs have on people?
all right. What impact do first jobs have on people?
Yeah,
That's going to be a tough one for this book to answer
I think so.
in
In one sentence,
politician
in-
speak.
Let's see what it says.
The chance will not come again soon.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
You only get one first job.
You only get one first job.
So,
you only get one chance to
so
make
the
a first
chance
impression.
doesn't really come along ever
Right.
again. I mean, unless you take a really, really long break, but it's never going to be your first again. So,
Right.
Well, that helps put it in perspective, right? It's not going to come back again, so take the lessons
Right.
you got from it and move on.
I
which is what
encourage
we
people
did.
to just get a little old first job. Well, man, they don't pay anything. Just don't. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. At that point, you're
That's
not.
not
You
your-
shouldn't be doing it for the money.
It's
at that
not your
point.
career job.
Right.
If
And
it is-
you're learning some very core skills about communication, service,
How to work with
teamwork.
people.
Yeah. I mean,
Like work with people and work with
yeah.
your customers too.
When I look at resumes now, especially when I look at resumes of younger people, I really, and I will make a point to say this to a candidate, that like I really appreciate that while you may not have had to, that you worked while you were in school. And even though it's unrelated to what you're applying for now, let me tell you how it potentially is going to help you.
With time management and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, studies have shown that college students that work, this is in the personal finance course that I teach, studies show that college students that work up to 20 hours a week have better grades and a higher graduation rate than those that don't work at all.
It makes sense. I think it makes sense
Because they learn
totally.
time management skills, they learn how to just interact with people, which also impacts how they interact with their professors and all that kind of stuff. So.
And that's becoming more and more important, is how they interact with people.
Right.
Because we're surrounding ourselves with technology that requires it less and less. So if you have the ability to do it, you're already giving yourself a little bit of a...
Currently, 80% of careers are in the service industry of some sort. So chances are you're going to have to work with or for people.
Well, and service as well as some of those trade jobs, I think I've heard are coming back.
Yeah.
Or, well, there's certainly a need for them. I'm an advocate for whether you work in a trade or not, learn some sort of a trade so that you always have something to fall on.
I would love to learn how to be a mechanic, to like actually fix stuff.
Mechanic, plumber, electrician.
I can YouTube mechanic.
Same. I mean, you know, I've done various projects around the house.
Yeah.
But even
I did build
you
this
know,
room.
even from a trade aspect, most of the, you know, over the years, most floors that we've done, I've put in, but I never had the skill set. I would say I'd want to do that on a daily basis. But
Yeah. Now, your brother does a pretty good job of floors. He did mine.
Well, I hope so, because that's his chosen profession.
Hey.
So,
I mean, he did my floor.
I like to, if I mess up, that's who I call. But awesome. Well, that was good, man.
Yeah.
I still think there might be a little left to say there about jobs, though. Maybe not first jobs, but just kind of
Jobs in general.
what we've done as Xers in general, and what our career paths have looked
Oh, yeah.
like. Most of us are now getting to the point where either in our 40s or 50s, you know, that's where a lot of people go through career changes, and you know, or you know, are getting closer to retirement, and then it's like, what comes next? So it'll be interesting, I think, to maybe see some of the comments and see if that drives us down another conversation. But
Yeah.
I really liked reminiscing about our McDonald's and Wits days.
There were several things that he remembered that I didn't, and I remember that
Yeah.
you didn't. You know.
But I just remember it both. I had a really good time, but also, you know, outside of maybe a car note or insurance, there really wasn't a whole lot of necessity to
Right.
work.
It was
so
just
that
fun
takes
money.
a lot off your plate too, when you're not doing it for necessity and you're just doing it for, like, you know.
And I can
some
only
small
think of a
stuff.
handful of jobs that were just sucked. Like just a few
Yeah.
where I just like, oh gosh, I hate this.
Yeah, and sometimes they were just tasks at a job that
Yeah.
I didn't really care for, but I've also had some really cool jobs and that I've enjoyed a lot and learned a lot along
Yeah.
the way too. But cool. Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Thank y'all very,
right.
very much for joining us for our 25th
25th
Rated Gen X
episode.
podcast episode.
Yeah.
Man, still got t-shirts. If you'd
Get you a
like
shirt.
one, let us know. We'll get it out to you. Still some of these first edition ones left.
That's right.
So get them while they're
Before
hot.
we get some different colors. I
Colors,
want some
I like
stickers too.
it. We can get some
Yeah.
stickers too. It's awesome. Let us know what you think. And as
Tell us about your
always-
first job.
Yes, tell us about your first job. Where was it? How'd you like it? Did you complete the lemonade challenge? We're not endorsing that,
Nope.
but if you try it,
Please video it.
let us know.
Please video it.
And if you video and send it to us, please know that you're giving us the rights to use it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's start our own TikTok trend instead of looking
Not on
tired.
TikTok.
Yeah, not on TikTok.
Because we're not there yet. I don't know if I'm going there yet, but we'll see.
I don't know if I've really ever been on TikTok.
I
I mean, I think I'm still on Facebook, but other than that.
All right. We'll catch
See
y'all next
y'all.
time. All right.